Hello everyone, my name is Parker Stroop. I am a filmmaker. I've been a filmmaker for 10 years. My work ranges everything from feature films, short films, commercial work, work with Lifetime, HGTV, Nat Geo, History Channel, TV shows, series. I am the creator and filmmaker behind Serving for Greece, which is a 6-episode series, limited series. So my work ranges through everything. Alongside that, I'm also a Christian, so I am a Christian filmmaker, and everything I do is through that purpose and through that lens. Filmmaking as a whole has taught me a lot about surrender. Filmmaking is my passion. It's something I love so dearly. It's something I obsess over, honestly. I just realized I really had to surrender all of it to God. There was a moment where I was driving to Chattanooga to see my brother and his family, and I was in Atlanta, very clearly remember it. I'm like, Lord, if you want me somewhere else, if this is not what you want me to do, like, I surrender this for you. Like, I've made this an idol, and like, I love it very dearly, but if this is not it, then let's not do this. Let's not make this, this isn't what I need in my life if it's going to distract me from you and take me away from you. So throughout a lot of this, my original goal was to be the youngest director of photography to win an Oscar. That goal is kind of still in the back of my brain, but at the same time, I gave up that goal a while ago because I realized I went through some trauma within my work, my life, that I just made the decision, Lord, like, I'm surrendering this all to you. I'm surrendering my career and my life. If you want me to go work at a church and not be in the film industry, that's fine. So I did kind of leave the film industry and worked some full-time jobs during the writing strikes and all of that. Really, filmmaking taught me that I can't make it an idol. I have to surrender it all to the Lord. And what does that look like? What does that look like within my life? And how do I give this thing up? In every single project I've done and the things I've worked in, I've also had to surrender within those things alone, because ultimately I am not good at just, making things happen by myself. I'm not good at it. And, I fail a lot, and I fail through a lot of things I do. So yes, filmmaking has really taught me about surrender, because looking at it, I can't do it alone, and I need the Father and I need my Lord and King to be there with me and get me through it. It's not easy at all. I don't think a lot of people would call me a very prideful human being, but at the same time, while they might not call it to me, within spurts of my life, I have had to keep my pride within check. Being in the film industry itself, there's this aspect of, and most industry professionals will say, oh, well, they do this. They're not really filmmakers. They do that. They're wedding videographers. The word videographer, like, that was a pride point for me, like, not being a videographer. Like, no, I am a filmmaking professional. I work in the film industry. I make money as a filmmaker. I'm on sets. And there was this sense of pride behind all of that. And it wasn't a healthy pride. I definitely, in my college days, I would get, or even just in my production assistant days, or like starting to be an AC, that pride manifested in like online presence, online conversations that, I would not say the right things. I would not say godly things within those. Production definitely exposed that pride in my life, because I became a prideful within the things I was making and the things I was doing. The fear aspect alone, like freelance filmmaking, really exposes that fear of when's my next paycheck coming. And my grip on money, like, I don't think a lot of people would even call me someone that is super like greed-filled or anything like that. I'd hope I'm not. There is aspects of my life and situations where I'm like, oh, greed is creeping in and I need to check that. But the fear of not being able to eat next week, or, not to have for my bank account to go into the negative, like, I've really had to place that on the Lord and be like, Lord, I can't do this alone. Like, I'm worrying so much and in so much fear for the amount of money and the work, like my bank account, and whether I'm gonna get the work. So that is a huge thing that production did expose. And then control, same thing with working freelance. So production definitely really has exposed a lot of those flaws within my character, for sure. Obedience looks like doing the work, getting up and doing it. When the budget is low and the path is unclear, it's just, Lord, if this is where we're at, then like let's do it. Let's fully do it. And you know, in the past year, I've really been working on obedience. I would say even longer than that, like last 3 years, you know, being celibate, giving up sex. I still struggle with lust. I still struggle with these things. Even just like, what does obedience look like in your life? Like, are you being obedient within the things that biblically say to be obedient in? And then when you pair that with a low budget and the path being unclear, it's like, I really need to fight my flesh within these moments and stick on what the Lord has promised and being obedient in those things. A lot of times I used to be a very depressed person, and I still sometimes in some days struggle with depression, but ultimately when I am in those bouts of being depressed, I look at it and I'm like, am I doing the right things today? And buddies that struggle with depression, I tell them, are you doing the things that you know you need to be doing? Doing the things that you know you need to be doing is obedience. That's it. And a lot of times he'll tell me no. And when I was super depressed, no, I was not doing the right things. I was waking up, getting stoned, being high all day. Like, I was not doing things that were healthy and within obedience and accordance to the Lord. So it's just every day doing the things that you know you should be doing. That's it. That's all obedience is. Trusting God isn't easy. Trusting yourself isn't easy. Trust in general isn't easy. I'm very much a person of, I can do all things. Like, I can do it, I can figure it out, I can YouTube it, I can do it. Like, you know, it's not an issue, the act of doing it, and I'll figure it out. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and I fail in it. Like, I look back on serving for Greece, I haven't done a feature by myself. Like, I haven't done a feature I've worked on a feature documentary, and I've seen projects from start to finish. But then I do this project and it's like, okay, now I'm doing 3 hours worth of content. Like, I've never done this before. It's definitely gets to a point of like, this is very overwhelming, and being able to understand how to control that overwhelming feeling of like, okay, well, I just need to remove myself right now. I need to go take a moment by myself and not talk to anyone and just pray. Like, I need to be with the Lord right now. That's a huge, huge deal. Trusting God that ultimately, not that it will turn out well, not that it will be a huge success, but trusting God that the character and the things you're going to build within that is going to be for the better, and it's going to be good, because ultimately He wants the best for you. He doesn't want the comfort. He doesn't want you to have it easy. He wants the best for you. And just recognizing when a project is overwhelming and too big, that is what's best for you. Majority of time, a hard shoot teaches me that my character is not what it should be. And it's not so much during the hard shoot that I understand where my character is lacking. I just understand that my character is not where it should be. And after the fact, reflecting on it and being like, where did I go wrong today? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong during that shoot? Oh, I didn't prep well enough. Sometimes things are very clear. I used to get into a place of like, oh, I'm just gonna bring my gear in. I didn't prep enough. I did not make sure my equipment was working before going. I didn't make sure these mics were set up properly. And now I have to sit there and scramble for an hour trying to get everything set up. Oh, I didn't have everything I needed. Like, prep alone really, was a flaw of mine for a couple shoots. Deadlines, stress, and uncertainty reveal in you what you need to do better. It reveals in you how you don't handle things well. It reveals in you where your character is lacking and what you need to do better. Stress is just a reality of life, especially if you're going after big things. It's reality, and that's how it is. Uncertainty. If you are uncertain about what's happening, it reveals how is your prayer life, how is your walk with the Lord. Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? And if you're not doing those things and you're not walking well with the Lord, you need to fix it. And it really reveals that in you. Waiting on provision, God has taught me a lot. He showed me where I need to fix my life. He showed me where my character is flawed. He showed me where I react poorly to things, things I grip tightly on, which provision and money has been one of those places in my life that, waiting on the provision, and then just kind of honestly how I treat the Lord and how I speak to him and how I get angry. That really shows up heavily waiting for the provision. Like the other day, I was sitting behind my computer in the dining room. I'm living with my parents right now. I'm almost 30 years old living with my parents. I moved back in after moving back from LA, and in LA, I was being taken care of by the Lord, but I lost 40 pounds. I was 170. So going there, I was 210. I was 170 coming back from LA. And then I get back here and I'm still struggling. I started building things up, and then I was door dashing for a little bit, for like 2 weeks, not a lot, but now I'm living with my parents. I'm getting fed, I'm getting food. As you can see, I'm not 170 anymore. I've gained my weight back. I'm probably about 200 at least now, but I was sitting behind my computer and my dad said something. And I'm like, well, why am I still starving? And I knew what I meant. Like, why is God just making me go through this stuff again? I felt such a huge conviction, because if you look at my life now and what it was when I was in LA and really struggling and depressed and all that, I'm not starving. Like, obviously I am not starving. And that was a huge check. Like who are you to say that when you are doing so well? Like, God is providing for you. Like, you are fed, you got a roof over your head, you aren't struggling for money. Like, yeah, there's moments of where's my next paycheck coming from, but I have money in the bank and I'm okay, and I have cameras. Everything's okay. I had to realize, like, the Lord is providing, and he is giving my provisions right now, even if it's not what I want or what it looks like, what I have in my head of what it should be. So it's just, humbling. And so he taught me through waiting through provisions of, it's not going to be what you believe it looks like or should look like. It's going to be what you need. Creating when you don't see results, you got to look for the results of like who you are as a person and your craft as a whole. Is the next thing that you make going to be better than the last thing you made, or better than 6 projects before? Like, I'm not looking necessarily, like, yes, I want success in things I do, and I want people to watch it, and people are watching it more than they ever have. It's not a lot. Like, I think the first episode of Serving for Greece has 280 views, but that's more than a lot of other stuff I've done. So not measuring according to the world and what the world says is success, and just measuring according to what you're doing better. Is your character getting better? Are you getting better as a human being? And are you building your craft and doing better within your art? Being faithful to the Lord is, even when no one sees it, and no matter what, you are being true to your character, and you are being faithful to the Lord, and you're doing the things you are supposed to do behind closed doors, and you're not necessarily pouncing around. Like when you fast, does your face say you're fasting, or are you just fasting because you know it's right and doing it properly? Are you getting better? Are you being faithful and knowing that the Lord's going to provide, even when you're upset and frustrated, wrestling with the Lord, just struggling? Do you still keep that faith even though your flesh and your emotions say otherwise? That's the biggest thing, where where's that faith? Are you keeping it? Number one, right now, I don't have the best outcome. Like, I am better than I was, which is a good outcome, but like in what the world would say is successful for my career, it's not the best place. But through the process, he has made me a better man. I like to think that he's making me into a good man, not necessarily a nice man, but a good man. That's what I strive for, is being a good man. Being a man that, you know, like Jordan Peterson talks about, is having the capacity to do bad things, but this is in my own words, but not doing them, and only doing them for good reasons, which is the definition of a good man, is having the capability of doing bad things, but not doing them unless needed. So God's really shaped me through the process, and he's refined my craft as a whole. He's refined my faith. We're getting rid of doubt. Like, doubt is something that I do struggle with in certain things, but that's on its way out, and I am pushing forward. And no matter how many times I get hit in the jaw by life, like, I'm always going to get up, and I'm always going to pursue the things that God puts in front of me and the things he tells me to do. And that's how I'm going to live my life. So throughout the whole process, he's stripped away some bad things and built me into the man I am now, and I'm going to continue on that. Thank you guys for watching. If you can find a way to support in any way, and the biggest thing is, like, go watch episode 1 of Serving for Greece. That will be the biggest way to be able to help me. And that simple act of watching something that I would say is pretty entertaining. If there's any other way that you think you can support or whatever, following, subscribing, Instagram, Second Watch Network, any of that type of stuff that you believe would be supportive, I would greatly appreciate. If you have any projects or ideas, you can reach me at parker.stroop@theswn.com. If you just need an ear to talk or need some help, have questions, you're more than welcome to reach out and ask any of those questions. I love talking about gear. I love talking about God. I love talking about filmmaking. Whatever it is that you need, reach out. And most importantly, understand that God loves you more than ever. He's the Father that you need. He loves you despite the sin, and he gave his one and only Son for you. So remember that, and have a great rest of your day.